CompTIA Project Plus Certification Exam Questions and Answers. Question 1. The sponsor of a virtual desktop rollout asks how the team will measure a selected aspect of progress or success against an objective. Which response identifies the appropriate performance measure? Option A, benefit measure. Option B, key performance indicator. Option C, balanced scorecard. Option D, service minus level agreement. The correct answer is option B, key performance indicator. This choice addresses the requirement to measure a selected aspect of progress or success against an objective. This makes it easier to turn project status into decision minus useful evidence and maintains accountability. Applied to a virtual desktop rollout, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Question 2. While working on a digital minus signature service, the team is struggling to prevent unplanned expansion from undermining the initiative. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, schedule constraint. Option B, cost constraint. Option C, scope constraint. Option D, a quality constraint. The correct answer is option C, scope constraint. The underlying control exists to define the boundaries of the approved work and deliverables. It allows the team to prevent unplanned expansion from undermining the initiative without relying on informal assumptions. For a digital minus signature service, it clarifies the expected result and the path to achieve it. Question 3. An audit at a research institute finds that project personnel cannot reliably limit when work or delivery must occur. Which option would close this gap? Option A, schedule constraint. Option B, resource constraint. Option C, risk constraint. Option D, scope constraint. The correct answer is option A, schedule constraint. This practice gives the team a reliable way to limit when work or delivery must occur. This makes it easier to align activities with required dates and dependencies and maintains accountability. Applied during a software licensing consolidation, it protects the integrity of the delivery process. Stressed about your CompTIA exam? We can take CompTIA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. A city agency is delivering a field minus service application. The team needs to measure a selected aspect of progress or success against an objective. Which performance measure is most appropriate? Option A, key performance indicator. Option B, benefit measure. Option C, balanced scorecard. Option D, service minus level agreement. The correct answer is option A, key performance indicator. Sound delivery practice requires personnel to measure a selected aspect of progress or success against an objective. It supports the team in its effort to turn project status into decision minus useful evidence and maintain control. Applied to a field minus service application, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Question 5. For an E-commerce checkout improvement, leadership wants a disciplined way to make uncertain planning premises visible for later validation. Which initiation artifact meets that need? Option A, project charter. Option B, assumption log. Option C, stakeholder register. Option D, high-level scope. The correct answer is option B, assumption log. The situation is resolved by establishing a way to record factors treated as true for planning even though they are not yet verified. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to make uncertain planning premises visible for later validation. Within an E-commerce checkout improvement, it connects the response to an established management principle. Question 6. A public university is delivering a research data repository. The team needs to describe included work, exclusions, deliverables, acceptance boundaries, and major assumptions. Which planning artifact is most appropriate? Option A, work breakdown structure. Option B, scope statement. Option C, requirements traceability matrix. Option D is schedule baseline. The correct answer is option B, scope statement. A controlled response requires the team to describe included work, exclusions, deliverables, acceptance boundaries, and major assumptions. Its practical value is to establish a detailed basis for controlling project work and make the decision traceable. For a research data repository, it provides a disciplined basis for the next action. Question 7. While working on a customer relationship management deployment, the team is struggling to align capacity with the work schedule. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, security plan. Option B, resource management plan. Option C, communications management plan. Option D, risk management plan. The correct answer is option B, Resource management plan. Sound delivery practice requires personnel to define how people, equipment, skills, and availability will be acquired and managed. This gives decision-makers a dependable basis to align capacity with the work schedule. For a customer relationship management deployment, it creates a clearer record of why the action was taken. Question 8. An audit at a financial services company finds that project personnel cannot reliably grant only the access needed for assigned responsibilities and no more. Which option would close this gap? Option A, least privilege. Option B, or role-based access control. Option C, single sign-on. Option D, privileged access review. The correct answer is option A, least privilege. A controlled response requires the team to grant only the access needed for assigned responsibilities and no more. This supports efforts to limit damage from error, misuse, or compromised accounts and reduces avoidable ambiguity. In a smart-building pilot, it helps the team move forward without bypassing necessary controls. Are you looking for CompTIA exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access CompTIA exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get CompTIA exam answer key today. Question 9. A review of a retail inventory upgrade identifies a need to suspend normal deletion for information relevant to litigation or investigation. Which choice best represents the required capability? Option A, legal hold. Option B, disposal schedule. Option C, records inventory. Option D, records retention. The correct answer is option A, legal hold. The relevant discipline calls for the team to suspend normal deletion for information relevant to litigation or investigation. Used properly, it supports the goal of preserve required evidence despite routine retention schedules and keeps responsibilities clear. For the conditions surrounding a retail inventory upgrade, it keeps work aligned with approved expectations. Question 10. An audit at a public university finds that project personnel cannot reliably combine shared conversations, files, tasks, and team workspaces. Which option would close this gap? Option A, instant messaging platform. Option B, video-conferencing tool. Option C, email platform. Option D, collaboration platform. The correct answer is option D, collaboration platform. The underlying control exists to combine shared conversations, files, tasks, and team workspaces. It supports the team in its effort to coordinate distributed contributors in one environment and maintain control. For a public website redesign, it creates a clearer record of why the action was taken. Question 11. A utility company is delivering a warehouse automation initiative. The team needs to specify who needs which information, when, through what method, and from whom. Which management plan is most appropriate? Option A, quality management plan. Option B, procurement management plan. Option C, change management plan. Option D, communications management plan. The correct answer is option D, communications management plan. This practice gives the team a reliable way to specify who needs which information, when, through what method, and from whom. This supports efforts to maintain timely and audience-appropriate project communication and reduces avoidable ambiguity. In a warehouse automation initiative, that structure improves ownership and traceability. Question 12. A new coordinator at a health clinic must select a way to rank uncertainties by combining how likely they are with the severity of their consequences. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, probability minus impact matrix. Option B, risk owner. Option C, risk register. Option D, risk threshold. The correct answer is option A, probability minus impact matrix. The required capability is to rank uncertainties by combining how likely they are with the severity of their consequences. The practice is valuable because it helps focus attention on the most significant exposures in a consistent manner. For a customer relationship management deployment, it provides a disciplined basis for the next action. Question 13. During project control for a point-sale replacement, which risk response would most directly help the team lower exposure while continuing the planned activity? Option A, risk transfer. Option B, risk acceptance. Option C, risk mitigation. Option D, risk exploitation. The correct answer is option C, risk mitigation. The governing objective is to reduce the likelihood or effect of a negative uncertainty before it occurs. This supports efforts to lower exposure while continuing the planned activity and reduces avoidable ambiguity. For a point-sale replacement, the approach reduces uncertainty about what should happen next. Question 14. A new coordinator at a consulting firm must select a way to map activities and dependencies in a network that supports time estimation and path analysis. Which option should the coordinator choose? Option A, milestone chart. Option B, network diagram. Option C, project calendar. Option D, per chart. The correct answer is option D, per chart. This choice addresses the requirement to map activities and dependencies in a network that supports time estimation and path analysis. It strengthens the team's ability to analyze sequencing when task relationships drive completion and coordinate affected parties. In the context of an enterprise resource planning implementation, it improves consistency across the team. Question 15. An audit at a financial cooperative finds that project personnel cannot reliably identify the longest chain of dependent activities that determines the earliest completion date. Which option would close this gap? Option A, total float. Option B, schedule forecast. Option C, critical path. Option D, milestone. The correct answer is option C, critical path. The underlying control exists to identify the longest chain of dependent activities that determines the earliest completion date. It allows the team to focus schedule control on work with no available delay without relying on informal assumptions. In a secure remote-work program, the team can act with clearer evidence and fewer misunderstandings. Question 16. Which management plan best addresses a situation in which the government department team must prepare the receiving organization to sustain the result? Option A, a communications management plan. Option B, a transition plan. Option C, risk management plan. Option D, a quality management plan. The correct answer is option B, transition plan. The situation is resolved by establishing a way to describe how ownership, support, documentation, and responsibilities will move to operations. The approach supports the goal of prepare the receiving organization to sustain the result and limits preventable rework. Within a manufacturing reporting system, it connects the response to an established management principle. Question 17. During closure for a document-management implementation, which closure activity would most directly help the team preserve an accessible history for audit and future learning? Option A, post-implementation review. Option B, a deliverable verification. Option C, project archive. Option D, formal acceptance. The correct answer is option C, project archive. This choice addresses the requirement to store approved plans, records, decisions, contracts, and evidence according to retention requirements. This makes it easier to preserve an accessible history for audit and future learning and maintains accountability. That discipline is valuable for the team delivering a document-management implementation. Question 18. A review of a cloud-based customer portal identifies a need to use frequent releases, close customer involvement, and disciplined engineering practices. Which choice best represents the required capability? Option A is Scrum. Option B, Extreme Programming. Option C, Kanban. Option D, DevOps. The correct answer is option B, Extreme Programming. The relevant discipline calls for the team to use frequent releases, close customer involvement, and disciplined engineering practices. This capability is especially useful when the team must improve software quality while responding quickly to changing needs. Applied to a cloud-based customer portal, it supports a controlled and defensible decision. Stressed about your CompTIA exam? We can take CompTIA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. The sponsor of a procurement workflow system asks how the team will record identified interested parties, their influence, interests, and engagement information. Which response identifies the appropriate initiation artifact? Option A, project charter. Option B, stakeholder register. Option C, high-level scope. Option D, project objectives. The correct answer is option B, stakeholder register. The relevant discipline calls for the team to record identified interested parties, their influence, interests, and engagement information. The result is an improved ability to support targeted communication and involvement from the beginning within approved boundaries. For a procurement workflow system, the approach reduces uncertainty about what should happen next. Question 20. A review of a fleet-tracking solution identifies a need to meet applicable laws, rules, standards, and reporting requirements. Which choice best represents the required capability? Option A, regulatory compliance. Option B, brand reputation. Option C, ethical review. Option D, policy exception. The correct answer is option A, regulatory compliance. The required capability is to meet applicable laws, rules, standards, and reporting requirements. It allows the team to avoid penalties and ensure the deliverable can be lawfully used without relying on informal assumptions. Applied during a fleet-tracking solution, it protects the integrity of the delivery process. Question 21. An audit at a consulting firm finds that project personnel cannot reliably show the amount of work completed across successive iterations. Which option would close this gap? Option A, a sprint report. Option B, a release roadmap. Option C, a velocity chart. Option D, burn-down chart. The correct answer is option C, velocity chart. The immediate management need is to show the amount of work completed across successive iterations. Its practical value is to support evidence-based forecasting for a stable Agile team and make the decision traceable. In a warehouse automation initiative, the approach keeps the response proportionate to the need. Question 22. During a security review for a help-desk ticketing migration, which security category would most directly help the team preserve trust in project and customer information? Option A, a physical security. Option B, operational security. Option C, digital security. Option D, a data security. The correct answer is option D, data security. Effective oversight depends on the ability to protect information from unauthorized disclosure, alteration, destruction, or loss. Its practical value is to preserve trust in project and customer information and make the decision traceable. In a help-desk ticketing migration, the team can act with clearer evidence and fewer misunderstandings. Question 23. While working on a fleet-tracking solution, the team is struggling to balance project needs with ongoing departmental responsibilities. Which choice best addresses the problem? Option A, stakeholder. Option B, project sponsor. Option C, functional manager. Option D, project manager. The correct answer is option C, functional manager. A repeatable process is needed to manage departmental resources and approve access to staff assigned from a functional area. The result is an improved ability to balance project needs with ongoing departmental responsibilities within approved boundaries. Applied during a fleet-tracking solution, it protects the integrity of the delivery process. Question 24. A review of a retail inventory upgrade identifies a need to organize possible causes of a problem into structured categories around an observed effect. Which choice best represents the required capability? Option A, scatter diagram. Option B, a control chart. Option C, histogram. Option D, fishbone diagram. The correct answer is option D, fishbone diagram. The relevant discipline calls for the team to organize possible causes of a problem into structured categories around an observed effect. Applying it enables the team to support broad root-cause exploration before selecting a remedy without weakening governance. For the conditions surrounding a retail inventory upgrade, it keeps work aligned with approved expectations. Question 25. The sponsor of a digital-signature service asks how the team will track active problems, owners, priorities, target dates, and resolution status. Which response identifies the appropriate project record? Option A, action-item log. Option B, the decision log. Option C, RAID log. Option D, issue log. The correct answer is option D, issue log. A repeatable process is needed to track active problems, owners, priorities, target dates, and resolution status. It creates evidence that helps the team maintain accountability for obstacles that have already occurred and explain its actions. In a digital-signature service, the team can act with clearer evidence and fewer misunderstandings.